Caitlin Clark just shattered one of the most unspoken rules in sports labor negotiations, and almost no one is talking about it. While the WNBA Players Association is threatening to derail the entire 2026 season over demands a reported 700% pay increase, Clark calmly posted a handful of words that changed the entire power dynamic. This wasn't a mistake or a casual comment. It was calculated. It exposed the biggest lie in women's basketball today. The real power in CBA negotiations isn't held by union representatives or negotiating committees. It belongs to the stars who drive the league's relevance and revenue. Caitlin Clark sits at the top of that list, followed closely by Angel Reese, Sabrina Ionescu, Aya Wilson, and even Paige Buchers, who hasn't played a single WNBA game yet. These 5 players control the future of the league, and their influence just made one thing clear. The season is happening, regardless of union posturing. But there's an even bigger force behind the scenes. Nike. The swoosh has invested more in Caitlin Clark than many franchises are worth. And corporations don't let labor disputes threaten billion-dollar assets. This isn't basketball politics. It's corporate chess. The turning point came from an innocent fan post about a dog named CC. Clark's response: both are welcome courtside this year. Sent shockwaves through every negotiation room in the league. Not if there's a season. Not, hopefully, this year. A guaranteed statement that effectively confirmed the 2026 season is moving forward. Game over.
This sums it up here. So, we saw this post, obviously somebody's dog. I don't even know exactly who this is. To be honest, they said their dog was named CC after Caitlin Clark. Caitlin's response: both are welcome courtside this year. That's one of those things. And by the way, like, people like Caitlin Clark and injuries tend to be calculated.
Before anyone dismisses this as just another casual social media post, let's be clear. Caitlin Clark doesn't do casual anymore. Every word she puts out is deliberate, filtered through a full team managing her brand and long-term value. When she effectively confirmed the season was happening, it wasn't an accident. It was a message, and the audience wasn't fans. It was a negotiating table. Angel Reese reinforced that message the same week, openly talking about playoff goals, winning games, and building the Chicago Sky into a contender. Not if there's a season. Not hoping for one. She spoke as if 2026 is guaranteed, because for her it is. Clark and Reese are the 2 most important players in the league for different reasons. Clark delivers ratings, sponsorships, and mainstream crossover appeal, while Reese brings controversy, rivalry, and must-watch drama. Together, they're the product, and both just told you the same thing. The WNBA season is happening in 2026. So why is the Players Association still acting like they hold nuclear leverage? Take that much-talked-about 97% strike authorization vote. It sounds intimidating, but in reality, it means almost nothing. Players didn't vote to strike. They voted to give leadership permission to threaten a strike if negotiations break down. That's a massive difference. From an individual player's perspective, voting yes isn't bravery, it's survival. No one wants to be the outcast who breaks ranks, even if they're terrified of missing paychecks or damaging their personal brand. Everyone votes yes because they have to. The threat of a strike is the only leverage the union has, and without near unanimous support, it collapses instantly. This isn't courage. It's theater designed to extract a bigger raise, 700% instead of 300%. And let's not lose the plot here. The players are getting more money. Everyone knows it, the league, the players, and especially Nike. That's why the idea of the season not happening is a bluff. One that Caitlin Clark just called. Nike reportedly plans to unveil Clark's signature shoe during a Super Bowl commercial in February 2026, the biggest advertising stage on earth. No corporation spends millions promoting a player in a league that might not even exist that season. Nike's investment in Clark is massive, and they're not letting a labor dispute derail their golden asset. Clark isn't just a player anymore. She's a billion-dollar business. And businesses don't negotiate from emotion, they dictate outcomes. This matters because the Players Association is trying to manufacture panic. Panic among fans, sponsors, and media to pressure the league into caving. But that strategy collapses when the league's biggest stars act like the season is already locked in. When Clark talks about courtside seats and Reese talks about playoff runs, fans relax, sponsors relax, and once fear disappears, so does union leverage. Whether coordinated or not, Clark and Reese completely undercut the union strategy simply by behaving as if the season is a done deal. And they're probably right. No union wants a legacy of destroying the most momentum-filled season in WNBA history. The timing makes this even clearer. Unrivaled just wrapped its season, and the numbers weren't impressive. Around 30,000 viewers per game, with Paige Bueckers being the only consistent draw. Claims that Unrivaled could replace the WNBA fall apart under scrutiny. The WNBA doesn't need a backup plan. Unrivaled needs the WNBA. Fans want history, rivalry, stakes, and playoff races, not a glorified pickup league. They want Clark versus Reese, championship pressure, and packed arenas. Critics who downplay Angel Reese's on-court impact simply weren't watching. She had a dominant stretch last season, averaging 17 points, 15 rebounds, and 6 assists, proving she's an elite force. Players using Unrivaled to sharpen skills doesn't weaken the WNBA. It strengthens it. And with better rosters heading into 2026, the league stars are aligned for a historic season. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Every major stakeholder wants the season to happen. Nike wants it, the league wants it, fans want it, and the stars want it. The only ones pretending otherwise are negotiators overplaying their hand. The strike threat exists because it has to, but it's hollow. When the league's biggest names publicly behave like the season is guaranteed, the bluff loses its power. What happens next is predictable. A deal gets done. Players get massive raises. Everyone claims victory. And the 2026 WNBA season becomes the biggest ever. Record attendance, record ratings, record revenue. Caitlin Clark, Paige Bueckers, Angel Reese, Aya Wilson, and Sabrina Ionescu will headline a league firing on all cylinders. The real question isn't whether the season happens. It's what it says about the Players Association when its biggest stars dismantle its strategy in public. The cards are on the table. The bluff has been called. And the 2026 WNBA season is happening. Whether anyone likes it or not,